So today we have MCU Hulkbuster armor, taking on MCU Abomination. Who wins? Let's find out. So as always, strength comes first, and strength is going to play a major factor in this fight. Well, with the Hulkbuster armor, it was designed to fight against an enraged Hulk by Tony Stark, and that it did. When it when its and Hawk's punch collided, it created a decent sized shockwave. It was generally able to match and even at times overpower Hawk. It easily threw this elevator over its head with its grappling hook and punched a tooth out of Hawk's mouth. It even eventually knocked out Hawk. And then later, it was able to fight against Cull Obsidian, even with just one hand. With Abomination, he was created after Emil Blonsky combined gamma radiation with a variation of the super soldier serum. He consistently overpowered Hulk, physically restrained him, and even sent him flying into and through buildings, all with relative ease. The guy wasn't really trying in this fight. He also casually crushed an RPG rocket with one hand and destroyed cars, a helicopter, and parts of buildings. He done all of this with a smile and while trash talking. Um, I'd say they're fairly even here. I mean, the Hulkbuster armor destroyed or defeated a more powerful Hulk, while Abomination was overpowering 2008 Hulk, a weaker Hulk. So I'd say they're fairly even here. What about durability? Well, Abomination is 100% bulletproof. 100%. He literally just smiled after an RPG rocket exploded in his hand and engulfed him in flames. He casually took hits from Hulk, who earlier in that movie easily threw a forklift and destroyed the US military. He was just fine after a helicopter crashed on a building and exploded while he was hanging on to it. And then he survived being savagely choked by Hulk with a chain. But the Hulkbuster armor was just fine after a grueling beating from the Hulk, including being absolutely wailed on and being thrown around. It got back up after Tony caused a massive construction building to collapse on top of him and Hulk, and actually got up faster than the Hulk did. It, it was even still fully functional after having its arm ripped off. It's hard to say who's tougher again, seeing that the Hulkbuster armor is a machine designed to match an enraged Hulk, and Abomination was tougher than 2008 Hulk. Just like strength, you're kind of in the same boat here. And with speed, I don't think it's going to play a real big role here. I mean, the Hulkbuster armor doesn't really have any real speed feats to note, but its boosters in its feet and hands does allow it that great mobility while in combat. And it can fly. Maybe not as fast as Tony's other suits, but it can fly. Abomination caught a missile fired at him from behind, could run very fast on his feet, and was surprisingly mobile as well. I also want to mention that Abomination retains Emil Blonsky's personality, intelligence, and experience, meaning this monster is actually a skilled hand-to-hand fighter and tactician. But Tony might have a way to counter this, as in Civil War, Friday was able to analyze Cap's fighting style, which allowed him to counter Steve. Don't see why that can't happen here. I don't know why the Hulkbuster armor wouldn't have that installed in it as well. Also, Abomination has these sharp bone shards protruding from his elbows, and these easily pierce the Hulk's chest and cause him to yell out in pain. But the Hulkbuster armor definitely has more versatility. Its repulsor blast one-shotted Outriders. It can project this laser beam from its hand, and this was able to stagger Hulk. Not for very long, but it did stagger him. He has several mini rockets that helped it destroy parts of a construction building. It can also fly the same way as the other Iron Man suits can, although, like I said earlier, it's probably a bit slower. It was probably meant for more use in combat with its mobility. So, who wins? Well, I see this fight being very similar to the fight we saw in Age of Ultron between the Hulkbuster armor and Hulk, and with the same result. Yeah, Abomination isn't just an enraged monster like the Hulk was in that fight in Age of Ultron, as he does retain Emil's brain, essentially. But I think Hulkbuster's versatility as well as Friday will be giving it the win here. Like, Abomination overpowered 2008 Hulk consistently the entire fight, but he still lost in the end, while the Hulkbuster beat a more powerful and, might add, brainwashed Hulk, as well as Cole Obsidian, who is actually very similar to Abomination in terms of that he's not just an enraged monster, he's a savage warrior. So, yeah, it would be a great destructive fight, just like the fight with Hawk in Age of Ultron. But in the end, I am siding with the Hulkbuster armor here. The Hulkbuster wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all that great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.